Sure. I'm just gonna go get one. So this blocker works with a water soluble wax. Okay, so this wax here, after we want to unblock, we just put in an ultrasonic oscillator like that. Oh, nice. I found one more. And then we'll, oh, that's the front one. Okay. So we have arbors that will fit, you know, for cutting the back, because, you know, contact lenses, you cut the back curve first, right? You cut the back and then you cut the front.
Сначала заднюю поверхность, потом переднюю поверхность. И вот сейчас она снимает этот воск, а воск водорастворимый, то есть его можно вот так снять, а потом растворить.
Yeah, and then the front, you know, to cut the back will be a flat because it's gonna go like a, you know, a brand new button. And then the arbor to cut the front is like after you already cut the back, you change around and then it's curved, so we'll fit the back curve in here.
So first one is
This is for the back, yeah. So this will cut the back first, yeah.
this is first.
This is first.
Second.
This is second. Because then you're already gonna have the back. So what you do is like, once we cut the back, we'll have a curve here, right? So we come with this, we don't unblock it. We come with this and we block in here. And then once this is fitted, then we take the other part.
Okay.
So we can orientate it perfectly. So the you know, will be perfect where it should be.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna, so here we place this button down here. Okay, I might have to do a little adjustment. So all those here, they are adjustments of how much down this is gonna go, and these adjustments are gonna determine the separation between the arbor and the blank. So here goes the top one. So let me go here on the jog screen. So when this is all set, I just press this cycle start and place the button here and the arbor here, and we'll do the whole thing on its own, okay? Because you're gonna have it all set already. But on the moment, I'm just gonna do everything manual because I'm not sure everything is set the way, and it will take me too much time to set it perfectly. So I put the arbor up here and then the button here, and then I will close the both collets, you know, so that's closed, the hold now and hold. I'm gonna bring this all the way in. So this comes here, then I will open and let this here fall down there. So it's right in place. And then I will throw the wax and then pull this out of the way and come with this down, and then that's gonna join. But now I just wanna make sure that my distance is appropriate. So I'm gonna pull this back and I'm gonna bring this down. So see, this is coming down a bit too much. So I want to get this here a bit more up, and I'm adjusting this so I have a good separation. So this is a little bit, I'm just gonna do a little bit more, okay, because it's very little there right now. So I'm gonna make this a little tiny bit more higher. So we have one that goes up and one that goes down to like lock that in place. Now we go down. Okay, I think that's pretty good. That's quite a good thickness on here. So I'm gonna go with that. So generally we use like a cloth. I have the paper one here, but generally we have like one of those to clean glasses, you know, to clean lenses, a cloth. And so we know that if this comes down, this, let's say it goes down, so we see it's not holding. Okay, so we have like enough of a little gap. So now I'm gonna put this whole thing forward and I'm gonna dispense this wax. And then I'm gonna pull this back. This is gonna come down, and then I'm gonna turn on the edge. So I'm just gonna leave it there for a few seconds. Let that wax cool off. Then when I'm ready, I will open the top collar, and then I can bring this up, and then I can open the bottom collar, And then that's my.
Oh, I understand that this is enough time to sell it.
Well,
It's ready to take off.
generally it's an automatic cycle, so all this will be set. So we'll have, but you know, a few seconds, 5-10 seconds, you know, and you generally many of those buttons will be blocked, and then you'll put it on the side, and then by then they'll be cooled enough. So that every button was the very same thickness every time, and generally it does vary quite a bit. You know, when you get a batch from your material manufacturer, they charge a lot for having bearing control buttons, so they are controlled but not really to the micron. So what, you know, if you have this, or you know, you have it depends on what the method of your manufacturing that you're going to do. So sometimes if the button is very well controlled, your arbor is very well controlled, or if that's setting again as a dead stop, then you don't need to measure the thickness of the button prior. But in our case, if you're just going to probe, you want to measure the thickness of your button. So you will, so because the machine is gonna ask us, so we will know how much that's gonna cut, right? Because the machine will take a reference of the face, but it needs to know of how thick your button is. And for that, we generally measure each button, and then we write on the button the thickness, so we know when we put it in the machine what number exactly to input. So I'm gonna get the micrometer so we can do that. We'll put in a micrometer. Okay, so then we're gonna measure the exact very thickness to the micron of it. So we got 4.34. So now we're gonna, so what I do is, I do here 4.344. So I have now the thickness here. Okay, I write it in there. So now I know exactly how much I have it. And then now I'm gonna put this face down, so I don't put this on the wax where the wax is gonna cover. So I'm gonna put this face down.
Они нужны, потому что они не измеряют
And then
после
get
того,
this
как.
up. So again, I'm gonna bring this forward, bring this back, let this drop there, and then I can put the wax, get it out of the way, come down, and then let it dry a little bit. As you can see, it dries really quick. And then all the excess wax is
Вот эти самые, это разный материал. То есть синий это был баффин, все, а зеленый этот самый акрилик. Просто разный материал.
Then I'm gonna undo this one. But you see, it's pretty. Yeah, it is pretty hard. So I'm just gonna unblock it like that. I'm gonna take this here off. Clean up this button. Then again, I'm gonna come here, measure this up. So see, 4.34. So it's pretty good. It's like 3 microns only difference. 4341. So 4.31. No, 41. Okay, so now I have this here, so I'm just gonna open this top of this air so it's not noisy. Come up and then open the button. So now we have it here, okay? And then we have our measurement there. Then I'm gonna put this face down, close this. Can leave this here, we're gonna use it in a second. And put this up. So now it's closed, so we'll bring this and then we'll open just so it falls and then close again. Then this here controls this, and this rod here going forward is what makes the, so this little thing is sucked in back. So when you have it back here, see, that's for the front. When you have it back, this comes out and then sucks some wax, and when it goes forward, the wax drops. Second, and then, okay, so open up, and you can take it out. Okay, and then those are our block parts. So now we can go back with like good parameters that will cut this material with what we want. Have your combo here that we set. So now we're gonna go inside this. I'm gonna graph just so you can see. So I have F3, so you can always graph just so we'll calculate, we'll process, and then we're gonna see the outline of what is cutting. Okay. So okay, looks good. We can exit this page. You don't need to graph, it's just informative. Okay. So we're gonna go F10. That's processing. It's gonna generate a part program now according to all the values that are already here. So okay, we'll have all the values here. You can double check, you know, your power, your optic zone radius for the front, for the two meridians, sorry. Center thickness, the junction thickness. So first is gonna cut the back, okay? It always cuts the back first. So looks all good, so we're gonna go and enter. Then he asks you back or front, because sometimes you already cut the back, so I'm gonna go back. Okay, so now it automatically loads that part program into the run screen, because we wanna run. You can see there's a part program there. So what I'm gonna do is, before I really go for the cut, I'm gonna do a near cut. So we can kind of see exactly what the machine, so all the axes are going to move, but I'm just gonna put a number that will be the offset of where it actually goes. So it's gonna be back a bit, and we're gonna see the whole machine cutting, but it's not there, it's a bit offset.
То есть он пройдет через все движения, но резать не будет. То есть немножко подальше, что покажет, как все работает.
Okay, for that we have this functionality here called air cut. So pretty much it's gonna do the same cuts, same movements, the precision, but in the air. So we'll give you a chance to put an offset. Here, it doesn't matter if you put negative or positive. Negative or positive, here number, it will always actually accept negative. Understand as negative because it's for safety, right? So we wanna back it off. So I'm gonna put 80, okay? So that means that will be 80 back. 80 counts back.
То есть любое число, то есть можно положительное, можно отрицательное, но это она говорит, насколько отодвигается 80, я не знаю, 80 чего, но сейчас посмотрим.
Okay, so go enter, and then we're gonna run. So to run, we press cycle start, both sides at the same time. Okay, so we can see here, Astana combo training. So it will ask you for the exact blank thickness, and that's why we got those. But now it's gonna be air cut, so it's fine. But an important detail, even when you're doing the air cut, it's going to probe first, okay? So you want to have something in the collet. Because if there's nothing, the machine's gonna air out, because it's gonna try there to go measure, and it's gonna have nothing, and it doesn't like
Там
it.
обязательно должно что-то быть даже, когда есть.
So we're gonna go, I'm gonna put here 4.3414, okay?
Толщина здесь.
And then, okay. So I'm gonna need to change something, but I'm just gonna put 4 for now for the air cut, okay? So press cycle start. Then the machine's gonna probe the very front. And then, okay. Let's not worry much about that. Like I'm gonna set, we have a position. The reason this came up, it's because thinks that's a part that was already cut. And the reason of that is like we have a position that we set there as like calibrate as like a new blank, and every time that is beyond that position, it thinks, oh, this part was already recut. How much you want me to remove of already that part? But I'm just gonna go with that. And because we are air cutting anyway, so that won't matter. But I'm gonna fix that for us to do the real cut. So we press cycle start, and then it's going to be doing. So if you see, it's doing everything here. You can see here,
80.
shoulder rough, so it's as if it's cutting. You know, it's doing everything there. So it's using that 2-1 here to cut, but it's not close. But that's exactly the movements that would be happening if we were actually cutting.
Да. Сейчас мы просто проверяем, что там.
It's because
Это не
it's
нужно
so
каждый
quick
раз
that you
делать,
can't
не
even
нужно.
notice that it's turning. Then we can get the speed rate higher, just so it goes a bit quicker, because we're doing air cuts anyways. So I'm just gonna make it go a bit quicker than. Just because I'm changing in between, and sometimes they ask for you to.
Мы просто скорость поменяли, увеличили, потому что мы делаем мягко, а там не важно, что скорость большая. Это лучше не делать, сказал, по-настоящему.
So see, we have on rough cutting 8 passes. Now it's doing the 9. So here it tells you exactly where in the process that it is. So now it's going to the oscillate part of it. So it goes to the oscillating tool.
How to see which step we will do? First tool, second tool. Can we see it here?
Here it was here the oscillating finish. So that was it.
Okay.
That was it. That's your back cut. Okay. So I'm just going to calibrate this position here very quick on the P.
What are you calibrating?
So you know how we had that recut? Let me check something. Maybe I don't even need to do that now. I'm gonna put the proper. I'm gonna put very well forward, so hopefully we will be able to. So I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just gonna calculate it again. I didn't need to because I already had it, but I'm just back. Okay, so we'll go to the run, and now this time I'm gonna go for it.
Сейчас она уже не так делает.
Oh, but my blank thickness.
4.3, 4.
Yeah, but it was not allowing me to do that, so I'm gonna have to go in my material table. Just give me a little second. So let me go my production, contact lenses, and then now I'm gonna go to my material table, and then I have a blank, a max button thickness here somewhere.
You're gonna put the thickness there every time in the material?
No, not every time. It was because there is a setting here that's probably giving me a max, and because my button it's bigger than that, I gotta make sure my max is gonna be higher, so then it will allow me to see a blank thickness 4. So I'm gonna change that to 4.5. Okay. So then now,
Максимальная толщина.
yeah. So then now we'll take that. Okay. So now we'll go enter
Вот если не знаешь, что будет,
F10,
с этим вырезать.
then F10 again. Okay. So I'm gonna rerun that just because I changed the material table. Generally, I don't really need to do that, but back. Okay, run. Alright. So 4.3.
341.
3?
341.
341. Okay. Okay. Had to change to max.
Yeah.
So I went on the wrong parameter. We have a button thickness. That button thickness doesn't matter, but it was in a control table. I went to material table, it was control table. So if we go here, enter, see max button thickness, I put 9 very high. So you shouldn't have a problem with that again.
Unpredictable.
The machine is full of little details. It can be very specific, you know? But generally,
useful.
you have that all set up, and once it's all set up, you shouldn't need to be changing those numbers, you know? Once you get everything set up, then the machine will run like that, you know, for many, many years without having to be touched again.
So we have to know how to make control tables and material tables, because this is not easy for starters.
Sure. I will be
Even
able
for
to
you.
send. I'll be able to send you. Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm not a lens maker. Do you know what I
And
mean?
me too.
Yeah, but you know, we will provide you the product that will cut a wide range of things, you know, and then that's all part of like how you're going to develop your process, right? It's like, I don't know what product you want to make, you know, you're gonna have to define all these parameters.
We don't need to discuss about it right now, because this is problem for starters. If you don't have useful interface, it's difficult to starter to put this data.
Yeah,
It's really
but that's for-
unpredictable for me. Where I can find the, if you can find where you can put in max button thickness, how I can do it?
Yeah, but this is, lens maker is not making a burger, right? You know, it's something complicated. Like, you're not gonna get in the industry and know how to do everything in day one. It takes time and
Yes, I
development,
agree.
right? It's a very technical thing, right?
Yes,
You know?
I agree, but we need useful algorithm. What we have to do, one step, second step, and
Do you
third.
have a manual for this?
We do provide a lot of procedures, you know, and then we provide support too. So, you know, when you have a problem, we do have a support email that you're going to contact us, and we are going to be able to help you. But also, you know, it's just, I'm not being like mean or anything. I'm just being very like straightforward with you. That's like, we will give you the machine, but there's a whole process to make a lens that, you know, each client develop themselves. You know, there's automation, there's all like your chemical parts, your material management, there's all this, and all this are going to influence on what is going to go in here. So
Okay.
a lot of, you know, the process goes after of what it's only on the
Okay,
machine,
okay.
you know?
Okay.
Okay, so that's the max button thickness right here. Hi, the FTI.
Ничего, если будет проблем, пишите мне
Okay,
на
could
почту,
you
договоримся.
give me a call?
Да,
Hi,
записка
could you
тоже.
give me a call in about like half an hour? I'm a little busy right now, but I really need you to help me to fix whatever went wrong. I don't know if you, and it's like, I understand you're frustrated, but like I also get frustrated, you know, because like I'm just doing my best here, and there's a lot of information to be passed. So we just need to really be patient and
okay,
take
don't
the
worry.
time to go through stuff, because there's not much more we can do.
Выхода нет. Надо терпеть.
Это слетело.
that's the oscillating part of that. And that's your back cut. Simple as that. Once it's all set up, put it there, we'll cut it up. Job done. Now we open this up, get the part out, and we're gonna block the front. Okay, so we're gonna transfer block that with the other blocker so we can go that way, and then we'll cut the front. Okay. You don't need to always do a combo. You can cut a front separate and a back. And if you don't transfer block like that, some clients choose to not transfer block straight away. So they will completely unblock and they will block, on another separate. So the way the machine is gonna find, it's going to have a notch here. So we have the drill marker that will make a notch here. And then the machine is gonna have another sensor that will come here and they'll find the notch.
This one was a toric lens, right?
Yeah.
Did we put a drill mark on it?
No, we did not put a drill mark on
So
it.
how are you going to make a toric lens without a drill mark?
Because that is going to be transferred blocked.
No, I don't think you can make a toric lens
We
without
have
a drill mark.
to do it. We have to.
Yeah, it might be the case, to be honest. But
Oh, it is the case.
I think I'm gonna get John here to work with you guys. So that
So the old way, when you couldn't lay the edges,
Yeah.
is you roll them,
Oh, so then,
you polish
then
the edge.
they'll roll it. So that's what Valley does, right? So when we make our lens definition,
Yeah,
for the the freeform, the gallery lenses.
Yeah.
When we send them to Valley, basically we take the front surface, cut it off, basically make it flat, and then we round the back side with one of those tools.
Okay.
And then we basically define like an exit angle
Okay.
and this distance. So there is no
okay.
tool there.
Are you gonna do the same thing here, or I don't know
think
what the
they'll
relationship
They'll
is.
have to do the same
Okay.
thing here. But so basically, what they want to do is they want to put in, so design a toric ortho K or a GP lens. So this
Yeah.
instrument is not going to be for scleral.
Okay.
The first application is going to be ortho K and GP lenses.
Okay.
But they will be quite complex. So toric ortho Ks and toric GP. So I think we'll have to do the same thing with and then
Yeah,
rolling the edges.
it's a shame they didn't get the FT3 because it would do a nice job lathing it, but.
Well, yes, I agree.
Okay.
So
The one thing that we'll need to explain, the edge rounding won't happen on the toric lens.
Okay.
Because of this.
okay, so we'll have to, but it is possible to cut a toric lens with
Yes, the toric, yes,
Yeah.
but not the edge rounding.
Нет, то есть вам нужно будет из-за того, что вы не такой хороший инструмент взяли, как у меня, не с тройным, то есть у него не получается вытачивать закругленные края на станке. То есть придется делать, как мы делаем, то есть это не проблема. То есть придется вытачивать края и потом их полировать на полировщике. То есть, ну да, то есть.
Они только на осциллятор делают край. А зачем
Да.
тогда вот этот третий
То есть
тул?
посмотрите, да, вот у вас есть край.
Окей.
то есть,
А зачем
то
тогда
есть
третий тул?
Третий тул нужен, and then
So
чтобы
this-
только для
Yeah.
сферических.
This is only for a spherical.
For
it's
spherical,
yeah.
yes, I see it now, okay.
Yeah.
Это проблема только для сферических линз.
Да, только для сферических.
То есть сферические нуждаются в полировке, со сферическими мы край можем сделать.
Да.
Okay, I see now.
Yeah. We have a different system that will do the rounding of the toric, but you purchased this one.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
То есть тот, который вот с тройными этими самыми, то есть на нем можно выточить края вот так вот. А на этом так не получится, то есть надо полировать края.
Okay, we can do it.
Okay. So we're back. I moved everything here into a sub-menu just to get it out of the way.
Да, то есть он все под меню поставил, чтобы там, чтобы оно не мешало. То есть вы можете, то, что их линзы, он поставьте меню, а у вас есть вот только ваше меню.
So this is what we're going to use. I've hidden parameters that we don't need to
Все
see.
параметры, которые не нужны, он убрал.
So we have our power,
Он сделал все.
our lens diameter, the radius, eccentricity, and then the zone diameters. So radius, diameter, diameter.
For every zone, you basically cut out all the...
Yeah, I hid the other things.
Okay.
It just makes it easier. The other thing that can make it easier is you can group depending on how you want to type things in, you can group the diameters together. So but I need to put a number. If I say this is diameter zone 1, diameter zone 2, I'll show you once I finish putting these labels. Diameter 3. Okay, so then what you can do, you can put all these diameters close. And in fact, you have lens diameter here. So if I go,
Он перемещает их, что ли? Ага, он их перемещает.
so it just makes it easier when you go to enter. You have all your diameters together. And then you have, your radii together. So you can move things
Okay.
around. Whatever's
Okay.
easier for when you type.
How did you move it?
So the way that you do it, you have the design, you go into modify. And here in the modify screen, you can move things around, you can hide,
Okay.
you can change the names.
Okay.
So
Is there the description what buttons to press to...
kind of, it's in this help.
Oh, in the help, okay.
Okay, so there's a lot you can read. And this is a text file, modified.hlp. It's a text file you can take and read.
Okay. So it is on the machine.
Yeah, it's on
So
the machine, you
get
can
the
copy it
Okay.
and then read it. It's .hlp, but it's a text file. So you open it with Word or Notepad.
На нем есть текстовый файл, который называется, то есть Modify HLP. Его можно
А можно
взять и
сразу его на
прочитать.
флешечку
And
перенести?
can we get all of the text, all of the
All the help
stuff
files? Yeah.
on the flash drive
Yeah,
so they
yeah,
can read it while...
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Do you have one now, or
Yeah,
do
I
you-
think they
Yes.
have your flash drive.
Yes.
Дайте ему флешку.
let's do that now.
Yeah, so they can read it while...
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. So you can see how you can arrange this. I added laser writing. Okay. So we have all the back information. The mark wasn't made because Julie forgot you have to enable the marking.
Okay.
So I put the reference mark, and you can say no mark,
okay.
shoulder, or diameter. We never mark on the only reason you would mark on the shoulder is if you weren't blocking the blank and you were holding it in the collet, which we don't recommend anymore. But some
Sorry.
Yep.
Марк они кладут обычно на диаметр, на шолдер не надо. То есть единственный случай, когда на шолдер надо класть, это если вы не используете вот этот белый шпиндель, если вы прямо держите линзу. Но они так не рекомендуют, то есть об этом...
Значит, шолдер.
So
The
what's the
shoulder-
difference between... Yeah,
the
exactly.
shoulder is. I'll show you. I'm going to show you, but in order to show you, I have to do a quick simulation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do that real quick, and then we'll come back to this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you
Sorry.
what a shoulder is. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to cut the back, but not cut. Okay. We call this an air cut. Okay. So it's going to pretend to cut, and when it does that, it's going to show the images up here. So see this? This is the blank. That's the diamond. Okay? What it's cutting right now is considered the shoulder. This flat is the
Oh,
shoulder.
that's the shoulder. То есть вот это есть этот самый
Ступенька.
плечо. То есть оно плечом называется, да, ступень?
So diamond comes in, that's the shoulder. So if we were gonna put a reference mark, it would mark here on the top.
But you don't do that.
No.
So you do it on a diameter
Instead, we
which
do
is
it
here.
down here on this
Oh,
diameter.
there. So,
Yeah,
so that.
yeah.
Ah, this is shoulder, this is diameter.
This is the shoulder.
Yeah,
the-
and
the
this is
flat.
diameter.
This is the diameter,
Shoulder
right.
это вот этот.
Okay, now I see, thank you.
Yeah, you'll see when it gets to the end of this cutting, and it'll kind of show this, it's gonna come over and go zzz,
What did you press to get to
to
the
go fast.
screen?
Oh, I'll show you.
Because
I'll
yeah,
show you
we
in
didn't
just a
see that. We were just watching.
I'll
this.
show you that. So we'll get through this, and then, so right now it's gonna show, this is the drill mark, oh, over here, there's the drill
Yeah.
marker, that's the diameter.
Yeah,
If we were marking the shoulder,
Yeah.
we would mark this.
now clear.
The way to get to this screen is by doing an air cut. So if I'm in the run screen and I press, thank you. If I press F8 for air cut, and it says how much air to cut, I can type in a positive number, it'll automatically put the negative.
That's
So
in millimeters.
it's in millimeters. So what that means is it's going to be 20 millimeters away from where it normally would if I was truly
Теперь
cutting.
как он просто показывает, что он делает. Если 20 миллиметров больше, то есть на 20 миллиметров это дальше от того, что должно быть.
When you do an air cut, that's when it shows that simulation screen. This is a parameter. Now this parameter is in parameters, eye parameters, and then it's called cutting simulation. And there's different options for the cutting simulation. You could say never. You could say air cuts. Stay means when it finishes, the image stays.
Okay.
If I choose quit, when it finishes, it goes back to the run screen. So I could do by air cuts, or I could say always, whether you do an air cut or if you're actually cutting apart. So I had just set it to air cut stay.
Also, but you changed it during the air cut, or no, or it was
Not during, it was
okay.
already set that
it was
way.
set up- Okay.
So if I run it again, but I don't do an air cut, it won't show it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
If I put an air cut, it will show
Sure,
it.
sure.
Okay? Okay, so that's the shoulder.
Oh, so it automatically does it. So
It
you don't have to
automatically
press
does
the
it.
button. Okay.
Exactly.
То есть оно само будет сейчас показывать, каждый раз, когда вы делаете AirCut, оно будет показывать, как станок работает.
Оно показывает только когда AirCut.
Только когда AirCut. Ну, можно сделать так, чтобы всегда показывало, но
Окей.
на данный случай только когда AirCut.
Okay, so this is the reference mark information. So this wasn't set before, it's set now. To mark the diameter, and this just tells me how deep it's gonna go. This is just some standard numbers, the length. So that's that. This is the optic zone here. They have .HLP, so that means if I double click it, it wants to open with Windows Help.
So we
But
just
but you
right
can't
click
really
and-
do, yeah, right click and open with
Wait.
Notepad.
То есть это текстовый файл.
Yeah,
Ну,
okay.
Because it's a text file, so
Okay,
you can read
it's
it.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's
I might move it up here, but we'll leave it right there for now. But you can move things around. BISIM axis, I want to hide that. That's not used. So let me just hide that. So I'm going to go modify. I'm going to look for that BISIM axis. So there's two of them. There's the back and then there's the front. The BISIM axis is an old concept. We normally don't use it at all.
оно не используется. Это старое.
Okay, and then what I added was these writing inputs. So writing is laser writing.
Он добавил лазерную штуку.
So here's where you put in what you want to show, okay? I just typed the word test. The way you input is you press spacebar. This tells you press spacebar. It opens up this field. Now I can type, okay? I can modify this way. I can do, whatever I want, okay?
Okay. Астана.
Тут Астана. No, тут Астана.
Like that?
Yes,
Okay.
okay. Good.
This is how far away from center will the writing be.
Расстояние от центра.
Okay.
So you have a 9.9 lens, so 8 millimeter. And this is the direction. I'm going to do a graph and show you this in just a second. And this is the height of the letters. And then spacing factors the letters. Now, let me show you what all this means. So if I press, so you see F3 is graph. If you press Shift F3, it doesn't tell you that here. You just have to know or read the help. Shift F3, and then I press F, it shows where the writing's going to be. Okay? So this is looking at the front of the lens.
Yes, I see.
Looking at the front of the lens, 0, 90, 180,
This is
270.
45, I see.
45
Yes.
degrees. There's the words. The spacing factor, if I change that spacing factor to something bigger, like 1.5, Shift F3, and then F for front. See how it's spaced it
Yes.
apart? Okay. So you can do that. The height. So if I want a big letters.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what that does.
Can I use the larger button? Is that okay for you? You know, like the one that's not so skinny on the top of the neck?
The
You know what I mean?
So then I made it so you could do two different laser writings, okay? I just put in 000 because I didn't know what to put. and I made that at 270 and you saw that was at the bottom.
Ну, то есть там два текста.
So
Два
just-
разных текста. Один там
I just put something there.
Yes, yes. Sometimes we know it. If we make a trial set,
Yeah.
so we print the parameters and the number of lenses.
Yeah.
The different. Okay. I
So
see.
you can put all that
your
in.
Yeah.
toric marks.
Yeah. Toric. Yes. What about marks?
Well, the toric marks I suggest you make with the drill marker. I mean, you could
Yes.
make it with the laser, but
Yes.
most people
More.
end up going to the
Yes,
drill
yes.
marker.
But
But you
love
can-
it. Yes.
You
yes.
can do
Yes,
it.
I prefer.
Okay. So, so there's two ways to do the marks. One way is to just use the writing as a mark. So, for example, if I change this to just a bar like this,
Маркировка.
this is just an example. You can,
Ah.
you see, you can do it that way.
Could.
So you just
I didn't
change
catch
this
it.
to
You just come over here and make it a
Ju-
vertical bar.
Vertical bar. Yes, I see.
Okay.
Now, okay.
That's one way that people do it using the laser. Another way is to actually, so that marking on the front we call diagnostic marking.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have the parameters hidden. I'm going to press F10. I press F10 so it saves the numbers. If I didn't press F10 and I leave, it would lose the numbers, put them back to what it used to be.
здесь запоминать.
Okay, so I'm going to modify. I'm going to go to diagnostic marking, which I have hidden right now. So I'm going to show these marks. And now, if I said, let's do 3 marks, and the axis, let's say I want them down at 270, but I want to space them 10 degrees apart. So there'll be 3 marks 10 degrees apart. Now this, instead of distance from center, it's distance from edge. It's a long story why they're different, but they're different. So distance from edge. So let's say I want 0.5 from the edge. And the length of the mark, let's say I want it to be 0.75. The width of the mark with the laser, you can't control the width. It's just going to be whatever the beam creates. But the width of the mark, if you do this, you can control it up to the diameter of the ball. So the normal ball that we put on there is 0.508, so half a millimeter. So you could do a half a millimeter mark, or you could do a tenth of a millimeter mark. But here, because it's laser, it doesn't matter. Now, with that information, I'll press Shift F3. And it should show the marking as well. It's gonna show, so here's the marks that it would make,
Okay.
okay?
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry. Could we change it, these two marks on 3 and 9?
Yeah, do you just want two,
Yes,
two
for
marks?
flat- yes,
Okay.
For flat marks.
So- The interesting thing about that is we would change the number of marks to 2. And you naturally would want to say, oh, put it at 0 and 180 space, right? That's your natural, but really the axis, the spacing between the axis is really a 270 spaced 180 degrees apart. So in other words, if I do two marks and I do 30 degrees apart, just to show you, this will make sense. Yeah, it took a while for me to understand that.
Задают центральный угол и расстояние между углами. То есть в такой ситуации надо набить 270 на axis и 180 нужно набить на тем самым, чтобы, то есть расстояние между двумя, то есть угол между двумя. Сейчас он здесь будет, то есть 30.
So that, and so if I really want them here, the axis is 270 spaced 180 degrees apart.
То есть центральный угол и угол между двумя марками.
This is set, it's set. You don't have to, but just to understand the idea is like, oh,
The
okay.
good thing is that you can look at it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so we can do that, and then we will say, we'll put some numbers down at the bottom. I don't know, 770088.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
just some numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna press F10 to save.
I don't really, I will give you more in a little bit, okay? I have to talk to FBI.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what I need to do to make the laser make the mark is I have to go into the material table and tell it, use the laser instead of the drill marker. So that's in the material table. And it will be in the, I also cleaned this up a little bit. I hid things that had to do with soft lenses. You're not doing soft lenses. So I hid things you're not going to use. And I moved some things around just to make it easier. But let's see, so I might have hidden, let me look.
Is there a way to import and export these files, like the material tables, the lens definitions? Is there a way?
Yeah, there is. I mean,
So
from
say-
machine to machine?
or write some file on another machine and then say, okay, well, here is a lens definition. I want to move it to this machine. Is there a file
Yeah,
format for
yeah,
that?
using the DAC software.
Okay.
Is that what you mean? Like
Yeah.
from one lathe or a desktop, like
Yeah.
if we give you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's portable.
Okay.
You can put the design, you can put even table configuration, values, all these things, yeah. Okay, so
And is the format open or what does the file?
no, it's not really, some of the things are DAC specific.
Okay.
A lot of it is text, but there's some things that the DAC software has to do to manipulate that text,
Okay.
so.
So you cannot just edit it in Notepad.
In some cases you can, and if it's more convenient for you that way, I would help you to figure out how to do that, but yeah. But I'll show you. Okay, I'll turn that on right now. I'll show you real quick. So like if I wanted to take all the designs, that's what this save menu is. So I could say, John, and then it's like, okay, which designs do you want? I can select, I can go in and I can say, I just want this design, okay? And then I press F10, that creates a file in the folder called john.zdd, that right there. I take that to another lathe and then put it in the folder, and then I can use add
Okay.
And then I give it the name of the ZDD file, and it says, oh, it contains this design, and there might be more.
Okay.
And then when I select it, it'll add it to the menu. Okay.
То есть это можно с одного станка на другой переносить дизайн.
В виде файлика.
Да.
Окей.
For the tables, there's this utility here, contact lens, material, and control table. And here I could give it a name, and I can choose, do I want material, control, either or, both?
Материалы, контроль тоже можно перенести с одного.
And then I save it, and it creates this file. TIE means table import export. So then I take that file, that TIE, copy it to another lathe, and then use the same utility, type in the name, and put load. And then it will bring everything. So that's how you do it. Okay, so I unhid the diagnostic mark. So here's the device, normally drill marker. I'll press space bar, change it to laser. And then I'll give it some power.
Чтобы лазером.
Я поняла, почему мы решили лазером и не этой штукой. Вот спросим.
Why did we decide to do a laser?
For the diagnostic marking instead of drill marker.
Yeah.
I switched it over to laser because that's what you were at. You preferred the laser.
I prefer about marks on the front of surface.
Yes.
Flat meridian for toric lenses. That's all.
Oh,
But drill
you don't care about
yes,
laser.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I prefer drill marker.
Yeah. For drill marker, it's okay. I'm sorry.
Okay. No problem.
This is misunderstanding.
No problem at all. I'm glad because laser, it's not too good. Okay, good. Then we'll just leave it a drill marker, and then I'll hide those other things because they don't. These are only if you're going to use the laser. Okay,
Sorry.
no problem. So when we do the front, of the lens, we should get some laser writing that will. Sorry. My fingers aren't working with my brain.
Yeah.
Shift F3, F, okay. When we cut the front, we should get the words, the text here on the 45. Come on. We'll get this made with the
Yes.
drill marker, and we'll get this number here for our example. Is that okay?
This is for drill. This is
drill.
for this.
Yes.
Not laser.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
А вы хотели лазером?
Yes. Yes. I prefer then front surface.
That's front surface?
Done by laser, but drill marker from
On the
the
back.
diameter. It's possible to make this. This is not this. This is not the same like drill marker. Yes.
No, this is
The drill markers. Go ahead.
Бороздку проделать.
Да, я понимаю. Но смотрите, вот эта бороздка, она дрилл-маркер, которая фиксирует торику. А на передней поверхности, как бы, это, красота лазером. Окей.
The reference mark is always made with this.
Окей.
The laser's not capable of making the reference mark. The
Yeah.
reference mark that this thing finds is made by this.
Окей.
Let me understand what the final look should be. То есть, как вы хотите, чтобы на передней поверхности у нас был
Лазер.
здесь написано лазером, а вот эти, это 0 и 180 по низе, что...
Для меня, мне привычно, когда на передней поверхности то, что выгравировано, это делается лазером. Потому что это выглядит
А
более
на задней
аккуратно.
поверхности что вы хотите?
Мы сейчас не про заднюю, мы про дрил, вот эту боковую
Да.
насечку.
Нет, боковая насечка вот только вот этим делается.
Да.
Да.
Да, поэтому я говорю, что боковая насечка
Можно ли
вот
лазером?
этим, а передняя, то, что на передней поверхности,
Ну
то
да,
лазером.
то есть так и было, а потом мы поменяли обратно на дрель.
Потому что я про дрил говорила, про насечку, которая будет на диаметре.
Yeah, she got confused. She thought that you were doing these, so she thought that we were talking about these ones. But these, we want the laser
On the
back.
front.
No. Right now it's okay.
It's okay, right?
Okay. Okay.
But so there's a way to do these with this and with the
Yeah,
orbital.
yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to cut the lens. So we've typed in all the numbers.
Вырезано, но выглядит не так красиво, как когда лазер.
То есть он был сначала лазер, потом мы поменяли на резец.
We'll cut the back.
Был резец, потом лазер.
Okay,
Oh, we're cutting the back.
we're gonna cut the back. Now, once you generated you can come in here with the run screen, or from here you can directly just press cycle start. Okay.
So it's cutting right now.
Now it's going to ask for the blank thickness from before.
4.344, I think.
Okay.
I think that's correct.
I think that's what Julie said too. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be that level of precision. Even if you just do two digits, it's good. Okay, so the front's finished.
I'll be at work tomorrow.
Yeah?
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Do you see the
Oh,
line,
I
the
see.
reference line?
You need something picked up from here tomorrow.
So I'm going to ask Julie the blocks
Yeah.
for front cutting,
Okay, okay.
and then we'll cut the front.
Yeah, no, I was not planning on doing
Gas blocker or
No.
Larson?
Yeah, we did two.
Okay, transfer blocker.
Yeah. I don't know if it's, this tells me we're doing the full time now.
So unfortunately, guys, this blocker is not set up for this, so I'm gonna have to set it up as we go here.
Unfortunately, yeah, our blocker's a little bit more reliable.
I'm gonna find.
But it's, I mean, it's not a problem. We'll be able to block it.
Sure. You just might, just depends on, you might have to adjust it more often. These are pretty solid. Once they're set, they're set. But Larson's blockers, I don't know. A lot of people say, man, we're always having to adjust it, and it's hard to adjust. But people use them.
Maybe by one goes away.
If it gets to be a household, then it's all right. If it works, it will sell out.
How much space?
Typically less than a millimeter of space. So we use 0.025 millimeter shim between the flat piece and the full blank. But here we're gonna try and mimic that. It's hard to do because we can't put a shim in there. So I'm just gonna have to eyeball it.
If you have a lens definition, to For a point file, we can just put a point
Yeah.
file in there. Is there something that will define the lens and then you can use as a point file? Or how does
It all
focal
kind of
point
depends. So, different people have different ways.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'll adapt, like you show me what system you have.
Yeah.
And I'll think, yeah, we can do this or that, and write an application to do it. But there's not really a standard thing. Everyone has their own different ways.
So how does focal point communicate? Like if you're making
Oh, focal points. You have a thing, well, focal points you have a couple ways.
A little bit too much wax.
They have a thing called focal point design. And it's not intuitive at all. But you can put together models of lenses, this, that, and the other. And ultimately, you end up with some inputs that you type in, and you're able to you type it in, and it creates the lens, and that creates the thing. So they have a whole system that they do. And that first file gets rid of before they go to the hard drive. So it's like on demand. So the thing with the lathe runs is a thing called focal point supervisor. It talks to the network, to the focal point system, and says, oh, so with the lathe you scan a work order. And that work order says, oh, the point file, yeah, I'll get it for you. And it puts it in memory, touch it, and then it's on. That way nobody can reverse engineer it. I think if you're good enough.
So now this part you have to be very careful with.
That's true.
If they're that smart,
have to
why would they be doing lenses, you know? That's not good.
Cut the
Make more money.
flat arbor off of the piece like that,
But yeah, so okay, so it is.
and that's how
So you don't have a
that
way
gets
to-
blocked. There's a little bit too much wax there. If I was to adjust this, I would turn down the amount of wax between the arbor, but that should be good to go. And then after, you'll put it in the ultrasonic.
And it has
once it's
this
cut.
is the format. Then I
How
can say,
you
oh, yeah,
understand that
I can either
this
tell
is
you how
too
you
much?
do it,
Okay.
or I
Just
can
a
say, I can write
little
the
bit too much.
form.
Not a,
I'll give you a quote.
it's not going to be a problem for the cut, but I would probably use less wax when you're blocking. I'm not sure how the large
It is
block
important
is going.
to fix all surface because we see not everywhere.
No, that's good.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Basically for
Don't say perfect.
That's perfect.
You blocked it?
I blocked.
Then it's perfect. Okay, so now what we'll do is cut the front. So we come over here, have the numbers loaded up for the design, and then F10, and we'll say front.
Do you need it or no? Yeah.
And cycle start, and it's going to cut it.
So if you don't need it,
It finds the front
I'll be there
surface.
tomorrow, we can just-
It comes over here, finds the reference mark. Oh, it says it can't find. I told them I would have a hard time. Let me just look. real quick.
Oh, for I see.
Let me try not going so far and see if that helps.
How wants it? Like one doesn't want it.
I'll make a small adjustment. Let's see if that does it. What that is how far this comes down to find the mark. So I was going 2 millimeters, I'm gonna go 1 millimeter.
And it's on that way, then I
Once you have it adjusted, it'll always be the same.
Yeah, so I mean, if Matt is okay with that.
Let's see if that works.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a hassle, then I don't know what's gone.
So there should be some writing on there. Let me get a loop. Or we can look at the laser. I didn't type in the width value. So the lines aren't there from the drill marker. So the next one we do, I'm going to type the width, but the letters are there. The letters and the numbers are there.
Different power supplies.
Okay.
So we decide to use 13.
13 on power.
RAM,
I don't know.
but I think the RAM start power, I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
I think it might have been 10.
And the skip clocks?
Maybe 9?
Then remember.
Yeah, so Ned would know.
Okay,
I think it
I'll-
was 9, 10, 13.
If
something
if
like
this
that.
went to 13 and that went to 9, it would actually make it
Okay,
stronger.
it's okay.
Yeah.
So-
He calibrated it yesterday and we came up with some
Okay.
numbers. So I don't know if those numbers are in there or
When
not.
you did it, was it this material?
No, that was the PMMA.
On the PMMA, so yeah, it's gonna be material specific.
So that doesn't-
These are the numbers I start with, and then I say, okay, what do we want it, let us know. Okay, I'm gonna have him remove this, I'll be right back.
Так, хочу смотреть, как он звонит. Пойдем.
I'm gonna go get my thickness table.
Ultrasonic.
How long?
I'm gonna try and use freeze spray here. So I'm gonna take the freeze spray and then see if this works. Sometimes it works. About 5 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, so you take it off with the...
Sometimes it comes right off and all the wax is removed too, but sometimes you gotta throw it back in there if the wax is still on the material.
And then you just throw it in the...
Ultrasonic, and it's just tap water.
Да. Is the temperature room temperature?
Room
or-
temperature, yeah.
So that's the time to cut another lens, I guess. How do you find the lens in there?
So now
You can
the
look
issue
over here.
is, I see 2 in there.
Oh.
Is there a
One,
possibility?
yeah, there's
Yeah.
a laser mark. One of them said Astana on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's one with a laser mark and the other one with
That is unfortunate. So hold on, let me.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird...
Little process here.
Yeah.
Normally the freeze spray takes it right off. If there's too much wax, it might be a problem. I think I found yours.
We have 2 lenses. No, we
No.
have 2 lenses.
No.
Yeah, there are a bunch of lenses in the...
No, I found yours. So I fished a few out.
Oh, there was some in there.
Yeah.
Well, look for the one that says Astana.
I had it. I had it right here. It's just needing that.
Yes.
Magic.
Yeah, that's why...
One lens in,
Yeah,
two
you
lenses
just...
out.
Maybe we just need this machine.
It's not the first time.
I'll need your help for some more too, okay?
Okay, cool.
One of
Keep
these
going.
days I'll learn how to do this, but it's easier
The
for me
transfer
to
block?
just- Yeah, it's easier
Yeah.
for me just to ask you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Я думаю, может быть, потом, ну, когда мы выпишем, будет вопрос о создании таблицы материальности
I want to say it's on this side. It's really hard to see, and I might clean this out. Yeah.
They go and get materials from other materials from Continent. Where do you start with the materials?
Contomac will give you their recommended values
For all of the...
for everyone. So they give you the recommendation.
Yeah.
So that's a
So
starting
for
point.
every field in the table.
Just show us.
Oh, no.
Just show us how to make
A little bit longer.
Yeah,
control table.
yeah,
Because our engineer asked us how to.
yeah, I'll show you. It's very simple.
Very simple. Oh, this is very simple to
Everything,
you.
very simple.
You know, it's telling them that every industrial piece of granite is like this gray boring granite. You go to the kitchen, you have all those colors. So why not make lathes with just like beautiful granite, beautiful colors, you know, that, right? Marble. Yeah.
Because it's just gonna get dirty. In the
Yeah,
lab
but-
environment, they have their trays stacked up to here, your coffee things.
Oh, yeah.
They have all the swarf, because the vacuum doesn't get everything. No, there's some labs I go into and it's like, how do you keep that thing so clean? And I go to another lab, it's like, oh,
Oh
how
yeah.
do you cut it?
Yeah. Alright.
That lens?
Maybe just a second longer, but yeah, it's right there.
Are you using hot water or just
Tap water.
Warm? Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Some
clean
people
this
do
out.
hot. Did you, last time, did you do that or am I thinking of something else? No? This cold thing too, sometimes will help snap it off.
Yeah, this if you have a bigger diameter lens too, it just pops
Yeah.
right off. Depends on how much wax you use as well.
The company, you buy your wax from the Sutco?
I got whatever, I think so, but I got whatever Eric sent me for now.
Oh, I don't know if he,
All right.
but so there's the guy,
think
a
that's
guy
what
named
he
Mike at Masuko, but I think he retired, but he was the one, he was like a real smart chemical engineer.
To measure thickness.
Oh, later.
Yeah.
So I asked for 21,
It's
and
nice.
I got 21. Something has to be wrong.
Yeah.
It's too perfect. Something's wrong. Yeah, so that's it. So if you,
When lens already done, or we measure when only one side was cut.
when the lens is done, so some people will measure the one side and type the information in. The method that we used by measuring before we block and typing in, the lathe cuts it down to a target. So the target was 1.8 millimeters. Okay, so I told it that the lens was 4.344, and the lathe said, "Oh, okay, I know how much material to remove to make it 1.8." Then it used that 1.8 when it cut the front, and it says, "I know how much to remove to make it 0.21 that I asked for," and that's what
That's
it
right.
means.
Okay.
You want to look at the lens, and you can see the. You can hold it up and look and see the laser mark, or look under the microscope in there. Right? Or six.
6.
6 zone back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
6,
5,
okay, because it
6.
started with 0.
Yes.
Okay. And that's spherical. Now, what's the other one that we want to do besides this one? We did this one, we'll do this one, and what's the third one that you have?
This is ortho K, but this is toric.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 zone toric, okay.
Yes. And my second question, maybe we can make it through the JSON file. We have the same data in JSON file.
I did that for somebody. Did I do that for
Please,
OK Vision?
Maybe not because they use power focal point, but maybe
I did that for somebody in Russia.
in Russia. So maybe for Concor.
Yeah, maybe. Firma Concord?
Yes, Concor. We have not so much lab. Concor, Dr. Lens, OK Vision. That's
Sky,
all.
Sky, what about Sky?
Sky Optics, yes. Sky Optics, maybe for them,
I did for somebody.
somebody.
So
yes.
I've already done it. I can probably do that. I don't have anything that is so that I can put on right now, but
But we need it.
we can work on that. You know, you send me that information
Yes.
and I'll figure
I
out.
need your contacts and I will send
Yeah.
you because we make all of our lens we make by this.
Okay.
So we have JSON file, and this is more easy to put data and avoid mistakes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You're here tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I can look at that tonight and we can see if maybe we can try it tomorrow.
Okay.
Let
Could
me
you
give.
write- нам поставить администрацию демо-версию. Хорошо. Вот правильно.
Они не ждали по этому на 3 дня?
Ну, она не сказала, насколько. Может быть, она сказала, я прослушала, но я сказала, что нам нужно больше дней. Почему? Потому что...
Это я слышал, да?
Да, потому что мы не смогли привести мастера, потому что мы тут не пойми, чем занимались. А сказал, ну, это еще надо ей там с европейцами договориться, кто еще не скажет в конце концов. Но я хочу, что нам нужно больше времени.
Они нам просто программу продают, да? За 1250. Вообще, нет, вообще говорю.
Ну, какие-то надстройки, да,
Вот
продаются,
именно,
какие-то
да.
непонятно. То есть это не всем нужно. Странно, что они это делают обычно. Я думаю, что входит.
Does that sound okay?
Sometimes I do when lanes
Yeah. So we'll do one just as an example.
Сейчас сделать администрацию.
Okay. So can you send me email the
Mine?
yeah the form you sent for Juliana?
For Juliana? Yeah, yes.
Send me the
Okay.
for the ortho K.
Okay. Just a second. Ортолинзу с 6 зонами для того, чтобы сейчас вытащить сферическую ортолинзу. Может быть, даже сделаем фенестрацию. Посмотрим.
The air cut.
Они всегда это делают?
Ну, я думаю, это просто, чтобы посмотреть, показать, как оно работает. So, when would you pick to do and choose to do an air cut versus?
The very first time I create a design
Oh, okay.
or I type some numbers in, I don't want to ruin the part. If I
Okay.
mess something up or I forget something because I'm old, it happens.
Okay. То есть, когда новый дизайн проверяете, надо делать я.
Okay, see, I forgot something. I want to do the fenestration before the finish cut, so I'll change that. This will probably do the fenestration after. Let's see.
Oh, that's the edge.
It should, yeah, that's the edge, so that's the
Okay.
rounding.
Nice.
And there's the fenestration, so it goes in like that.
Oh, but it doesn't run it during the...
No, during the air cut, yeah. Why? Save air. You can make it if you wanted to. So that's the fenestration. Now it doesn't show both because it just shows the side.
Okay.
But it would have two. And then when you go to do the front, I'll show you what it looks like. I'll cut the front. With an air cut. And the nice thing about the simulation is the back, it'll use the last back image and it'll put it, I'll have to tell it not to do that for a sphere. So I'll fix that too. There won't be a mark, so. Okay. So it's using the last back so you get to kind of see what it looks like when it's a finished lens. So see how it leaves the hole? So that's how it'll work. Cool. And the edge, you'll see. Oh, laser. Okay. So the edge, if I zoom in, so you get a nice round edge. Okay, so let me fix.
А можем поменять текст сейчас?
Can we change the text too?
Yeah.
А что хоть?
Astronavision Kids.
А?
Astronavision Kids.
Остана?
Заглавную букву, не kids, заглавную.
Okay. AV Kids.
I don't. Yeah. I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's okay. I changed the wrong material. Okay. On the control table, I'm going to do a diameter for the front. No, actually I'm not. Okay. You want to change the text. So right now, I have ortho K and a number. You want me to put something different?
We want to make a name of our clinic just for fun. And
Okay.
For picture. The first lens of.
Type.
Okay.
Oh,
No?
In space?
space bar? Yeah.
Сейчас печатаю.
Заглавление?
Авария просто.
А,
Она или Astronavision хотите, да? Или полностью хотите
Я
написать?
могу AV.
Пробел, kids.
How do, is there a space or?
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
space.
да, space
Так,
можно
Илья
сделать.
Владимировна впервые на линзе обозначает клинику Astronavision Kids.
Yes. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think we're okay. Can you read the number on there?
4.361.
Make sure Ned's still here to help me. Don't leave yet. No, come on, man.
А
I need you to block again. Yeah. Lens we're cutting right now. And then D-block. Yeah. I don't think you've ever seen it do fenestrations.
No.
Watch the drill marker is gonna.
Did you have the penetration software on there?
Yes,
I didn't have it.
I did.
Was that supposed to be on?
They're buying it. Yeah. So that fenestration.
Now, why would you use penetration?
Oxygen
Oh, so it allows
allows
the lens to
tear.
breathe.
Yeah. I used the 40, it was set for a 45-degree angle.
Okay.
I assume that's pretty close.
The drill marker.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Did you set that
I
up
want to say it was a 30. 30
when you
30.
measured it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's set to 45.
Okay. On the endpoint.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be good enough.
Okay. Now we want to match. We want to have that in as 30, or do we?
We want it to
adjust the
be,
drill marker?
no, you would, whatever the drill marker is,
Match it.
you
with
match,
what's in the
yeah,
endpoint.
yeah. Okay, let's, you wanna look at it? Our system here, you know, you can go thinner in your
Generally,
lab.
what you would do is you would load the parts, press the cycle start,
And it just does everything
for
it
that.
wants.
This is kind of like our R&D setup, so we're
It's just the thickness in the center.
Yeah, you don't know who used it last and
Exactly,
what
so-
did they do with it.
yeah. And we have 3 or 4 guys in and
Yeah.
out of this department, so it's kind of confusing. Okay, so now what I'll do,
Cause that lens is 0.21 and it's a good thickness, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you?
So I'll just
you
I'll do
just
the
scrape it
same,
off?
Yeah.
0.2.
Oh, because you do
Yes,
need to
for
measure that at
Yeah.
the same time.
so it was measured, I think, on the first cut.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm. That's center
it'll
thickness.
take that measurement and you'll have the correct thickness. with
Okay,
those
yeah.
two.
Man,
Нет, у них может все перфект, но мы сами линзы так и не вытащили.
Ну, это
Хотели
завтра,
сами, да.
это завтра.
Will you be here tomorrow? Okay. So I'll let you guys know, I won't be able to pick you up tomorrow morning. Dropping my car off at the dealership, so I won't be able to pick you up later. Is that okay? Will you be able to Uber? Okay. I'll be in around 11 o'clock. Yeah. No problem.
you coming in at 11?
I have.
Who's gonna block for me?
You might have to get Roberto, and I don't know what they're gonna do. They might give you imperfect blocking.
Imperfect.
It's already set up for them.
Okay.
All two, Hosea has done.
When that finishes, pull it out and de-blocker.
Ну, нам надо как-то подвести итог, чтобы завтра нам вот эту таблицу расходников дали.
So John, if I wanted to build a radioscope that would like mount somewhere here, would it? Is there any way to communicate with the lathe to like position it there, measure?
You can move the tooling plate and the y-axis wherever you want.
Okay, but is there a way to have a feedback real time, or
We'd
you
have
just
to think about it.
okay?
I mean, theoretically, it's possible. Most of my feedback is all just on-off.
Okay.
And not analog, you know what I mean?
Okay. So no like jog this way, jog that way?
I mean, I can jog things, but I need to know what makes me want to jog.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so-
there's no, like, you cannot have another computer communicating.
You can have another computer communicating, but it needs to just tell me things like move forward,
Oh,
move
okay, yeah,
left,
yeah,
move right,
yeah.
and not have the lathe decide. But
Oh, yeah, yeah,
if
for
you
sure,
had,
yeah.
so this PLC, for example, I can add a module here
Mm-hmm.
with additional inputs,
Yeah.
and the inputs could come from another computer,
Uh-huh.
and an input could mean X forward, X back.
Yeah.
We can specify an increment.
Yeah.
So we move to a fixed point, and then based on feedback from the computer, like, okay, go point one, you know,
Yeah.
and stop.
Yeah, that could be a cool like joint R&D project. We would build a little radioscope and then put it here.
Yeah, that
and it
would be
will
really
go
cool
in
if you could
to
make it work.
Cut the base curve,
Yeah.
measure the radius, output the, okay, so
We
this
had,
is what we
you know,
measure.
these autoloaders, right? So we had a customer do like a Rotlex
Yeah.
right here.
Oh, so you just move the autoloader to the rock.
So it was here. They built the thing.
Uh-huh.
So this would get the part. It would come over, pop it in the Rotlex. It would do its thing, pick it up, and put it back on the
Oh,
tray.
that's not bad. Yeah.
Because there's room here, you know.
Yeah.
It came right
There's room here, but as I remember, so this is 1,000 millimeter length,
Mm-hmm.
and I have extra on that side. We had to actually change the hole pattern to
I
bring it
see.
over a little bit, but it was possible.
Yeah. Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
You could, I mean, if you could fit something in here or in here with an autoloader, you could do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it might be possible to put something on the tooling plate.
Just go and without even taking the lens out, like,
Yeah.
okay, check the base curve, make sure it's correct.
Yeah, that would be cool. If it, I mean, it's worth trying.
Yeah.
You probably need to mount something to clean the surface, right? So some kind of a additional blow. 15? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we can try it. Yeah. If it's a plus, it's going to be thicker, but
yeah,
you've got a very
yes,
half.
maybe thicker, maybe.
Let's go 0.2.
Yeah. Yes.
And then these junction thicknesses, I usually just make these 0.12. That's a minimum. So what happens is, if you ask for a center thickness that's too thin, it will automatically increase so that the junction is no less than that value. Okay. So it's just a safety so the lens doesn't get too thin at the optic zone junction. Okay. And then the edge thickness, you know, 15 for now. You can change in the future. I'm going to hide this also so you won't see that. Okay, so we have some good numbers. I'm just going to press F10. Only the reason I'm pressing F10 is to save all those numbers. If you don't press F10 and you press escape, you'll have to type
Yeah,
them in again.
I see, yes.
Okay. And then we talked about saving. So we're going to press save and we're going to go 7007R, right? It's the right lens?
Yes.
Enter. So we just saved these numbers. What that means is if I came through here and I typed in different numbers, I can load the original numbers. I can say F1 list. It'll give me a list of what I saved. And then there's the order numbers. Okay? All right. Now, if we want a graph to see the laser, so that's Shift F3. So go ahead and press Shift F3. Shift and F3.
F2.
And then when it asks you, you'll press F for front. Okay? And now there's what we're going to write. So
Oh,
does that look okay?
yeah.
Is it okay that it's like this, or do you want it the other way? Okay. I have to.
Maybe this is not good idea because if lens will
Okay.
maybe it's
Maybe
good.
this is okay?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
maybe this is
okay. If you needed this to go the other way, let me see, I have to remember how to do it. It's been a while. I think we go minus,
It's interesting.
I think if I say -5, it'll work. Let me try it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you'd say minus, and then
Yeah.
you'd have to move it
You-
down.
yes.
Because it's, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's possible.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hide this, I'm gonna hide that, and then I was thinking, because we got a little confused when I have this here, I think I'm gonna change this to say back OZ diameter, because you asked if it was the optic zone diameter. So instead of diameter 0, I'm gonna call this back OZ diameter, and I'm gonna put front OZ diameter right next to it, okay? So let me do that for real quick.
Okay.
So I change this to call it BOZ diameter, and then I'll move this right here, and then I'm going to hide this, and what's that? Hide that. So now it looks like, so we have the power, diameter, eccentricity, and then we have back OZ diameter, front OZ diameter, and then the other diameters. Do you think that's better?
Yeah.
Okay, less confusing. Okay, so we have all that ready to go. So now, let's see. Let me just make sure I didn't forget anything from this one. Okay, I think we would be ready to cut. Normally, in the morning, go through and check your height, especially the height. The diamond height may change a little bit, so you would adjust your height. But just so that we can get to cutting, we're going to cut, but there might be, the height may not be perfect, okay? 4.366. So I'm going to have you do this. Okay. We'll bring this down a little bit.
Okay.
And so we have all the numbers in there. You're just going to press F10,
F10.
F10. And the first thing we're going to cut is the back. So you'll choose, or this shows you some information. Press enter. And we're going to cut the back, B for back. Okay, now you can load the part into the collet. Push it all the way in against, so open the collet and push it all the way against the bar. There's a little bar that goes through, so it stops it, so it can't go any further. Okay. Now you can just press the cycle start button, and it's going to ask you for the thickness, and it was 4.366. 4.366. I think that's what I read. Let me make sure.
Okay.
My memory is not so good.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
366.
Okay. And then enter, and now cycle start, and it's going to begin cutting.
Without air? Air?
Air will turn on. Yeah, it'll turn on. It'll turn on automatically.
знаю, получится или нет. Сейчас посмотрим.
Okay, so now we have a lens, back surface.
Wow. Okay.
Did it do, I didn't notice, did it do the drill mark?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good,
Sorry.
good. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm going to ask Jose to block for us, okay?
Yeah. So I prepare the table, which template I need. Because this template for spherical front surface, or we can put the data if it will be toric. Or
Oh,
we
you need a toric front?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This will do it. Well, it'll do a toric front. The power.
In this.
Yeah,
Power,
it's got a
yes,
power
power,
flat
yes,
and power
yeah,
steep. Yeah, this will do a
it's
toric.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's already set to do a front toric as well.
So the last question is about number of curves.
Yes. So I'll try to see if I can make a 10. Do you think the most zones you would ever do is 10?
Most of all, I use 5, 6, and 7, 8. From 5 to 8.
5 to 8.
This is most of all. But
Okay.
sometimes I make a lens for mixed astigmatism, ortho-K for mixed astigmatism. So it can be 10 or 12.
Okay, okay. So maybe
It's not so often, but we
Okay.
do it.
So what we'll try to do, I'll try to make a 12 zone. And then let's just see if it takes zeros.
If
In
it
the
will
early,
work, yeah.
in the old version, it didn't
Okay,
work, but
okay.
I think it was fixed.
Okay.
So we'll try it. So I'll do that.
Okay.
And I'm also, we talked about being able to take the JSON file and do it automatic. I started to look at that. I didn't finish, but I'm going to keep looking at that.
Okay.
Oh, we're good? Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go
Thank you.
cut this and we'll bring it right back,
Yeah,
okay?
okay, so I'm gonna bring the new
Okay.
warm water, so that's better.
Thank you, Jose.
Мы теперь точим.
Теперь будем точить переднюю поверхность.
Push it all the way in. So open the collet and push it all the way in. Yeah, and then let go. Perfect, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so we press escape to leave this run screen. Okay, and now we're back in the main menu. We're going to go to production, contact lens, and then we choose the design. So here you can press enter right there. Okay, now let's assume you cut other lenses, so you probably want to load the order because you probably cut other things. So you can list, and you'd have a list of the orders, and so we want the 7R, and then load. Okay. Now, and that tells us right
Yeah,
there.
I see, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now we're ready to cut the front. So you'll press F10.
А где написано передняя поверхность?
Что мы будем точить переднюю?
Да.
Не
Как
знаю. А мы сейчас выберем.
It's going to display that same calculated information. And then just press
Enter.
enter and front.
Франт. Вот здесь мы выберем. Мы уже выбрали.
Где?
А было. Окей, я выбрала. And
You want to do
now-
it again?
Again?
Or
Okay,
yeah, okay.
Production, contact lens, this one.
Enter.
Enter. Okay. I need to find the load. Yes.
And then list.
List. Yeah, F1. So, вот наша линза, мы ее выбираем. Вот имя нашей линзы.
F10.
F10.
Done.
F10. Сохраняем. Еще не очень понятно, когда. Так, окей, это наши параметры, мы согласны. Нажимаем Enter. И выбираем теперь переднюю поверхность. Да, то есть до этого мы точили заднюю, теперь переднюю.
Now, when you get to here, you just, once you have the part loaded, cycle start.
It's a miracle.
Once you do it a few times, you'll get the hang, you know, it's easy. Did you wear the lens last night, the Ortho K?
No.
No, okay.
I can put it on.
This one? Is this yours?
Yeah. А это пошла торика, да? То есть четвертый тул точит торику. Главное настроить станок. Настройка больше занимает время. Гравируемся.
Okay, let's take that part off.
Color? Нет. Ну, посмотрим. Нет, это воск. Он изначально был такой неполный. Okay, we have to put in...
Yeah.
Идем отмачивать. Принимаем ванну.
I'm not gonna use this, right? Because it's light out. But if you leave it there in there, you know, just like
How
a few-
long
few-
time?
Few
minutes?
minutes, yeah.
Okay.
And so I don't know if you're gonna do something like this.
Yep.
And then there's like little like nets, you know, to fish out the instead of like it's still there.
How you cook?
Oh well,
when you
it's just warm water, you know.
Okay.
So I don't know if in the lens industry there's like a special detergent or liquid.
Yeah,
Not sure, but
yeah.
right now I'm just using warm water,
okay.
and then just I'm pretty sure there's more. This is an old ultrasonic, you know. Probably out there's more updated, more new ones, you know, that might even have a way to catch the lens when it comes out of the see?
Oh,
Yeah.
separate.
Yeah, separates. Yeah,
Yes,
see?
okay.
And now, well, I have no choice, right, but to grab it.
А он сказал, я такое не люблю.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my lens.
Yeah, oh, your first one?
Yes.
Okay. So here, yeah, like, it's very, very simple
Yeah.
tool, you know? And
Well, thank you very much.
you're welcome. And here,
Oh.
And if we type in an order, hopefully it loaded all the numbers.
Wow, it's miracle. Джон только что настроил на перенос JSON файлов с компьютера на станок. То есть, could you repeat it again,
Yes.
please?
So in the contact lens, you choose JSON. You type in the order, and it will load the numbers into the field.
From this.
From the file.
From the fold.
From this file.
This file. Okay. So if we put file here, we have to change the name, number, and remember it, and
Yes.
put on in the JSON
Yeah.
direct. Yes.
Let's try, I haven't tried this one yet. Let's see what it does with that one, 7007. That's the toric.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that worked.
Yeah.
So there's the flat, steep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll change this to be like this, okay? This was something I wrote for someone else. And when you have these numbers, you'll look them over, and it's only going to bring the radius and diameters. You'll still probably have to type in some other things.
Yes,
okay?
I agree. Yes.
But most of it will be
yeah,
there.
yeah, absolutely.
So that's going to be a big help.
Amazing. Amazing. It's
And it will work with more. One design can handle 5 zone, 6 zone, 10 zone, 12 zone. Well, this one only does 10, but I'll make it go 12 for you. I'll make one that goes 12. Yeah. So
If I send right now to you JSON file with 12 zones, what we
right now it won't. It'll read 10, but not 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
This
I
one.
see. Yeah.
But I can change this.
Uh-huh.
It'll take me a little bit of time.
Yeah,
But I
see.
wanted to just demonstrate
Okay.
where we can do.
Wow.
I
Thank
think
you
that'll
so
be
much.
nice,
Very
yeah.
useful. Yes, it's
Yeah.
absolutely nice. You know, a lot of people around the world use RGB Designer and they can send JSON file. Only
Oh, right. RGB design. Yeah,
yes.
that's true.
Yes, it's difficult to use it because nobody can do it that you did now. Okay, thank you very much. It's useful.
Can I have left contact lens? This machine?
Nurlan wanted to late contact lenses.
And I'm going to take, this is what you emailed to me. I'm going to put it in this folder,
Okay.
D JSON, and rename it. 300?
Yes.
Okay.
This is different account, not too much orders.
Okay, let's see what happens. If I go 300L, oh, it didn't like it. Something's not right. Something's not right. Okay. Oh, there's nothing in it.
Nothing?
It's empty. Let's see. It's empty. Okay, maybe my email didn't come through right. There's the values.
It's good.
Now, this design is, the company that I made this for, they don't have a laser, so it doesn't, I don't have laser on the front, but I'll make a design for you. So this is just for demonstration.
Okay.
I'll add laser, I'll add fenestration, option. It does have drill diagnostic marking. So if we want to put the 2 marks, and the diameter of this lens, 9.99?
9.6, maybe
99.
yes, 9.9.
Optic zone diameter on the front.
The same, maybe
Like-
3 point, this is 7.8.
7.8?
Yeah.
Okay.
300 L. Это что значит, интересно? 300 L это...
Это номер ордера. То, что я прислала. L это левый глаз, 300 номер ордера.
Номер заказа, да? Опять пишет ошибка.
Let's see. We got those look okay.
Ордер 300 полностью.
That's okay.
Вот теперь проверяем. Так и мы вот это название не... Помните, вы писали гравировку? Я отметил left. Что это?
Сейчас доберемся.
I don't see a problem. I don't know why it doesn't like that. Okay, I'll have to figure that out. In the meantime, we should be able to use this and those numbers.
Одновременно.
Okay, so I used the 7-zone toric that we did earlier, and I put zeros for the zones we're not using.
And,
So-
and it's what?
And it works, yeah. So I'll create one of these with 12 zones for you. I'll keep working on the other one, the JSON. Figure it out. So we're going to make 2 marks, 0.7, all that looks good. And we want to write 300 left, right?
Maybe Nurlan can do it or not?
To run it? Yeah. Let's just make this 4, because it's 9.9, so we want this to be 4.2 maybe. That should be 0.3. And what do we want this to say on the
The
bottom?
same.
Okay.
А имя можно поменять?
1.2.
Вы хотите поменять?
Нурлан написать рядом можно? Оставить кисть Нурлан. Для это же для...
Okay. Nurlan coach asked to change this to his name. Nurlan.
Киц Нурлан. Окей.
Печатайте, Nurlan coach. Ваше имя на видео.
Okay.
Окей?
Yes.
Может, большим заглавным буквами, наверное, лучше. Так красивее будет.
Okay.
Okay.
Memory.
Nice, yes. Yes, that's the way. Okay. So I'm saving 300L. Let's just graph it. Make sure that it looks okay. So I'm changing the mode to thickness mode. So I'm pressing the plus. Oh, it's not going to work. Yeah, never mind. That's not working. Okay. Let's go 0.2. What are we making? Oh, plus 375. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. That should be fine. Okay. Now, just let's see what the laser is going to look like. Nice.
Very nice.
Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. It's all yours.
Так, сейчас изготавливаем линзу на станке DAC в штате Калифорния в компании DAC International. Данная линза рассчитана нашими докторами в основном Vision Kids. Вот. Данные инженер Джон забил все данные. Ну, наше дело сейчас нажать на кнопочки и запустить процесс. Done, F10.
And then
Oh,
enter,
Enter,
and then back.
Back, B.
And now cycle start.
Все, начинаем.
Поехали.
Okay, and the thickness on
number.
here?
Номер.
Нет, толщину таблетки надо записать в листе.
Сколько там толщина? Может, вытащить его, да?
Yeah, you can pull it out.
4.357.
3.
357.
Окей.
Ставьте обратно.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Gulnara. Enter.
Enter and cycle start.
Старт. Все, пошел процесс точения линзы жесткой. Буквально занимает 2-3 минуты. В будущем
We're going to have a lens for you to block in about
день выдавать линзы,
2
да?
minutes.
В течение часа даже. Но потом, если у нас будет 2-3 станка стоять, так же, если будет высокая загруженность. Точится именная линза для памяти.
Обтачивается сзади, затем обтачивается край. После этого мы переблокируем линзу, прикрепим задней поверхностью к блокировщику и будем вытачивать переднюю поверхность.
На четвертом резце нам что делать нужно проделать?
На четвертом резце торическая поверхность точится. Если линза для коррекции астигматизма, то ее задняя поверхность не сферичная. Для этого используется специальный осцилляторный резец. Делается вот такая боковая меточка, чтобы мы точно знали расположение осей. Сейчас линзу нужно будет снять и переблокировать.
Вот линза.
Already.
Ready? All right. For the back again.
Me?
Yeah, you want to do it? Yes, yes. So here I'll show you. Okay. So you have so you have this is your open. So you place the button here and push it down. You
Okay.
hold it like this down, and then no, like this. Press down and then no, not yet.
Oh.
I'll show you. So tell him that he needs to keep it down,
Вам нужно нажать ее
and then
вниз.
yeah, and
так.
then yeah, and then okay, okay. Now where's the you need? I gave you the back. It's over there. The other part. Yeah.
Вот эту штучку, на которую будет крепиться, я
Yeah.
сейчас принесу.
Okay. So
Okay.
this will close automatically.
Угу.
Now
Воск.
this you're gonna this,
Здесь.
yeah, see? And now open. See it drops. Now close again. Now dispense. See? Now retract. This one.
Как все
Now.
классно. Окей.
Yes. Okay. Now for the air.
How long?
3 to 4 seconds. You know, depends. But this one probably about 4 to 5 seconds. You know. Okay. Should be
Идет
good.
охлаждение сейчас.
Okay, so and then open, right?
А,
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. Upside. This one. Sorry. See?
окей.
And then so this is the one. So you need to, kind of like grab this one, right, and try to. Okay.
Ну,
Yeah. The whole. Yeah. Put your nail there. Yeah. Hold your nail over there. See it down. No?
Так, сейчас
Yeah, let,
выберем.
yeah, yeah, good, slowly. It should break, but maybe it's good. Okay, you're gonna do.
Блин,
Сломали?
не туда.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, you can cut another one. Okay, let's try another one. Let's see. Or maybe we can block it, right, John?
You can try, yeah.
Let's try block it again. Okay, let them know that we're gonna try to. Let's Okay, push and then
Так,
up.
повторяем.
All right.
Окей. Так.
Now you're gonna move this one in position.
This
No,
open.
Close.
This-
No, close
ah.
again. Yeah, close. Now. Yeah, and then good. Yeah, and then now.
Ah.
Okay.
Air.
Yeah, air.
Надо подольше подержать.
So let's say 5-10 seconds.
Даковский блокировщик. У нас будет блокировщик от компании Larson, который находится в Сиэтле.
This should be good enough. So.
Здесь?
If you wanna instead of and then the one, and then and then lift.
Так, попытка номер 2.
So you want me to show you?
No, you.
So what I do, right? It's a little bit there.
Окей.
I did. Sorry, I did the wrong one. Sorry, my mistake. One more time.
You see, now you see why I don't block.
No, I wasn't paying attention, John. I wasn't paying attention. One more time.
Окей.
They say third is the charm, right? All right. Let me